Well, hey there, y'all. Backwoods Modeler here. Welcome back to my workshop. Happy Easter, you guys. Today is Easter morning. It's not even daylight outside here. That's how early it is that I get up. Anyway, I'm looking at this dually and I want to jack it up. I like it. It is a nice, clean, pure white dually. It came nice and clean, getting the decals and the Coke stuff all off of it. So now we want to make it look pretty again. These wheels and tires have got to go. So I'm going to build this up. I've gotten a couple of kind of complaints on eBay about how expensive some of these trucks are. And I want to run through and show you why the cost on some of these trucks add up fast. One, to buy most of these dualies, you have to buy the set. So it's usually $20+ to buy the set. So you're already into this truck for, say, $10 to $12. So then now you want to modify it. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to jack it up and lift it because I don't like it slammed. To buy the lifted trucks with the lifted chassis, those are expensive. So I cheat and I modify it, and I use two different trucks to jack this thing up. For the front half, well, that's the back half. For the front half, I'm going to use a 73 Chevy Blazer. So we'll cut this off right here where this solid black plate is. We'll cut that back section off, and that'll be my front. And for the back, I'm going to use a 76 GMC truck chassis. And we're going to do the opposite. We're going to take the back, and then we're going to cut it up here in the front somewhere. And then we'll mold those two together to make one truck. So now we're already up to 3 trucks to build this. And then, you consider painting and everything else. We cannot reuse these tires and these rims because I don't like them slammed. I don't like these big wheels. So we got to find a different set of wheels and tires for it. So in comes the donor for the rims. So that's coming off of another truck. Now, obviously, I do part a lot of trucks out, but, you figure a couple dollars here, a couple dollars there from each truck, it starts to add up. And then we're also going to use some tires on this. I need 6 tires, so that's 2 different trucks. So you got to get a set for that. And today's tire donators are coming from this new Ford set that I got. Since I have 3 of them, I bought them just for the wheels and tires, so we're going to start stripping tires off of those for today's project. So now we are up to 5 trucks to try to build this one. So cost adds up when you're trying to do that. So that's just what it costs. So let me get some of this cut, torn apart, started, and I'll be right back. Alright, y'all, I got the parts cut, got those set and ready to go in. Wasn't a very good straight cut today, but we're on there. My blade got jammed a little bit, kept trying to go crooked, so she's not a perfectly straight cut, but that's alright. We'll hide all that when we paint it black. So you see it's not real bad, but you see a little gap there. So I've got everything set. It's ready to go back together. I have swapped the interior with the brown interior that I've had sitting around for a little bit, so we'll probably leave that in there. I think that looks pretty good. I considered doing a gear shift, stick shift in this one, but decided we'll just let this one go, and we're not going to do that with this one. So right now it's to the point to where I'm going to start gluing it back together, and we'll get some wheels and tires on it and see how she looks. Hang tight. Alrighty, so we are just about to a stopping point here. One thing I ended up doing different is the Blazer chassis just wasn't quite long enough, so I had to swap that out, and I ended up using 2 pickup truck chassis to make this work. I just got everything glued together. She's sitting here drying. My axles, I had to redo the axles because they weren't going to be long enough, so these are really long. I'm going to have to cut some spacers to put in there. I'll do that after it dries. But right now she's dry and she's together. I did put 2 shims in the back because it was trying to be too high in the front. We didn't want that, so I had to put a couple shims in the back to level it out a little bit. I think it's looking pretty good. I don't know if you can make out that I've got the tan interior in there. I think that looks pretty good in there. So right now we're all set. As you can see, a big difference from being slammed to what she looks like now. She's drying, so I'm gonna have to let it dry overnight, and then tomorrow I will cut some shims and we'll make all this, not do this anymore. So I'll be back. All right, I just wanted to set this up and show you real quick. If you look at the heights on these trucks, can you tell which one is stock and which one isn't? It's pretty hard to tell. All 3 of these trucks are completely even across the top, across the hoods. You can't see from here, but trust me, they're even across the tailgates too. All 3 of these trucks sit perfectly even. The only one that is stock is the one in the middle. I built both of the end trucks. I don't know if you've been following me for a while. You maybe have seen when I built old Rusty here. Push these out of the way. You can see cut mark there. It was one of my first ones. Didn't turn out perfect, but it works. The problem here, I haven't finished the drive shaft yet because the axles are so tight they don't turn inside there. They're really tough to try to hold this and drill this out, and if I do drill it out, I don't know if there's going to be anything left of it because they're really super thin walls. So that is the reason why this truck isn't finished. So it's done enough. It's for me. Some people may not know this. You guys ever seen the back window of this truck? I keep it hidden with the cap on it, but it's on there. That is one of my favorite trucks. I won't get rid of that one. I really like that truck. So anyway, it is just as high as this truck, which is stock. This truck has not been touched, other than I took it apart and straightened it. And then this truck, which I just built, y'all think I just installed the mirrors on there while y'all weren't looking. This one is, let me move this back out of the way again. This truck, as you can see, is completely built. I do not have the rear end and front end and drive shafts and stuff in here. I don't know that we'll get that far, mostly because of the same issue I had with old Rusty there. It's going to take a lot of work. So, as you can see, I was going to go with the Green Machine rims, but I changed up and I went with chrome because chrome just looks way better than painted aluminum. So I wanted a high chrome for this, even though I painted the mirrors aluminum. I guess it really doesn't matter, right? But anyway, that's what we did. We got the M2 tires on there. Then we got the chassis built. Like I said, I started out with the Blazer for the front end, and it just was a little short, so I swapped it out and went with a truck front end, and it stretched it out just enough that I could use it. We got the mirrors on there. I painted the interior tan. Got the, I'm guessing that's supposed to be an LS engine that we slammed in there. And other than that, she looks good. I did not put a tow hitch on this truck. Again, I'm running a little low. I do have some M2 drop hitches, but I just don't like those. I do have a couple of the good drop hitches from Greenlight, but those are on better trucks. But what do y'all think of that truck? I think it turned out pretty good from being slammed. So anyway, I hope y'all like this video. If you do, think about liking, subscribing. It really does help out the channel. It's free to you. Don't forget to check me out on Instagram and on eBay. The links for both of those will be in the description below. Don't forget to come back, y'all. Have a good day. Bye now.